There we go. Hopefully that's all up. There we go. What do I need to subscribe for drops for? Twitch? Oh, Duolingo. Maybe when ChatGPT isn't doing anything. Like, to do with your shit. I don't want to turn the music down too much. Maybe I need to move the mic closer. Hello. I think it's close enough. There we go. Turn that down in my headphones. Alright. And minimize it. I can't see shit on my monitor. How do people put anything on their freaking monitor if they can't see anything? That's not what I'm looking for. Where the hell is my... There we go. Now we're drawing. Here we go. Hello, child of darkness. Do you miss your daddy? Do you miss daddy? He misses daddy. My dad left on a trip. I need a arm guard. Okay, I need that here. Leave that, and that'll do. So I don't smudge as much. Oh. My phone's still pretty loud, though. Hi, hello, if we're just joining. I want to use this pencil. I want to use a different one. What are we doing today? Fan art. It's Drawtober. So obviously we're doing horror games. We're doing two different kind of horror games that end up actually having a... Volume sounds good? Okay. Oh, let me move you back, chat. You're like out in the frickin' middle of nowhere. Do you want to be on the bottom? Here we go. I'm going to put you on the bottom for today. There you go. You see, you can go up. So what we're doing is, Umi from Rental. Do you guys remember Rental when we played it last year? That was a fun game. From Lonely House. Although I think the dev is also called, what's the other name for the dev? Sukina Pan is the artist, but what was the other name? Smarto Club, I think is how you can find them on itch.io. But I played it off of Twitch, or Twitch. The Valve thing. Steam. Can you tell I'm totally all there right now? We played it last year with Harvest Festival. And she says skill issue to Henry Townsend, which if you remember, that used to be the Silent Hill that we said was the weakest. Honestly, I contend that, you know, an equal weakest of the entries is Homecoming and Downpour. I played both. They exist. Am I gonna play F? Probably not. If I do, it won't be on stream. Didn't really interest me all that much. So, you know. I absolutely would love to take another crack at 4, though. I got the bad ending because I sucked with the combat, and Eileen died. The game's like 20 years old, so, you know, I don't really care much about, spoilers. But Eileen died in one of my endings because, I sucked and she walked right into sweet, sweet blender death. So, you know, that was a thing. Thanks, Walter. Asshole. I say that with all the love in my heart, because, you know, I honestly think that Walter wasn't a bad antagonist. It's not- I'm not used to saying that, like, a Silent Hill is gonna have an antagonist. There was for that. I think I prefer, you know, American body horror through the perspective of a Japanese lens. Which is why F doesn't really interest me all that much. If I really wanted to play a game with, like, similar vibe and aesthetics that I would like, I'll play Fatal Frame and I'll play Dread Out. Why does it have a combat system? That's strange. Does he have long sleeves? Does he roll them up? He does not. God, it tells you how long it's been since I last drew Henry. I think I probably drew Henry probably like... Oh, God. I was still in school. I'm about to do something. Let me check. Why is this pose so hard? This pose is really hard. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna check. Because I'm pretty sure I uploaded it on my... when I used to have a DeviantArt that I frequented. Alright. DeviantArt. Okay. Oop. Didn't mean to touch that. Search me. I want to listen to Pearl Jam. I found myself pretty quick. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna just grab the picture. My toy photography days. Long gone. But that's not what I was looking for. Are we in my gallery? Jesus Christ. 75 pages though. That's not bad. Been back in 10 years? Question mark? I never finished a lot of stuff, I see. It's all the Advent art. God, I've been doing the Advent art for almost 20 years now. Can you guys believe that? As longer than some of you guys have been a lot. Well, maybe not chat. I think chat's a little bit older. You skew a little bit older. Is it in comics? Open it anyway. Daft Punk. Heaven's Order. I did do some decent Daft Punk. Wait, why can't I look at this? What was wrong with Grapefruit Diet pages 2 and 3? I'm not logged in. That was a fun comic. There was my one of my senior art projects when I was a senior. It does not look like I have it on here. Where the hell is this picture? Because I don't want to have to, like, dig through my, like, laptop. I really only Seigimon, you were supposed to be... You said you were going to paint me playing with clowns in heaven. No, you said you wanted to be tossing puppies into a meat grinder. I have my notes. Okay, hold on. Let me grab that for the funds. Not what I'm looking for. That looks like another Daft Punk. I'm kind of sad I stopped with the Daft Punk comics. Apparently they were really cute. Anyway. It's been nearly 20 years old. Yeah, God, what is even time? Yeah, but I stopped posting 10 years ago. I moved to Tumblr, and then I was off of Tumblr. I don't think I'm gonna find it. I may not have posted it on here. Which is unfortunate, because it was hilarious. There's a chibi art style I never did anything with. Oh, there's a picture of my puppo. A lot of gift art. Holy shit. Yeah, a lot of this was like right after coming out of school. Photography. When I did ghost photography. Puppy Cody! Oh, baby. I'm about ready to give up. Yeah, I'm gonna give up. Alright. What was I looking for? Oh, the last time I drew Henry. Years ago. Be a little bigger. Okay. It probably was like... super like... Probably the latest, 2011, 2012. Henry was in that picture. Let me see if it's, like, readily available physically. I am kind of curious. That's not what I'm looking for. Why do you have so many sketchbooks, Dio? Oh, you know... this big giant need to have a new book every time I do something, you know. Holy shit, there's ones in here I haven't used yet. We're not going to talk about that. We are going to talk about how it needs to be dusted in here. Alright, where's the CNC folder? There it is. Ah, is it in here? Here's a 2016 of May. It's completely unrelated, but thought I would put that out there. Oh, I never finished that painting or that drawing. How tragic. Look at those. Look at these. Look at these cute little things. Oh, God. I missed you, Creepy and Crawly. It's been ages. Oh, God, there's I bought a notebook one day. And just started writing a backstory I completely overhauled later. Okay. Maybe not that side. What is this? My... marriage certificate is in this folder. I don't know why. It just is. I have a feeling what I'm looking for is in a sketchbook that is far too buried for me to find. Here's some old Halloween art. I still liked it. When was this? This is 2013. Sketchbook tour without me planning it. Some first passes for Creepy and Crawly. Fun. I used to draw on cardstock. Holy cow. Oh, here we go, here we go. This doesn't have a label. Wow, marriage certificate drop though. Shut up. One of the very first sketches of May. Before I changed her name. That's old. First pass. Alright, there's a bunch of Henrys here. I'm under the impression it would be in one of these. That has a gun. I probably can't show that. I love Henry. He was like my little Blorbo that I like to ball up into a ball and throw at the wall. Thankfully, Doc's got that handled. Because, you know, he's immortal. Not that Henry isn't, but, you know, it's the principle of the matter. Alright. It's not here. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I drew Henry a long time ago. Did it actually show on screen? My marriage certificate? I hope it didn't. What is this incident report for the police for? Oh, when the crackhead neighbors threw a rock at us. God, that was a story. That was a story and that was an experience. The house looks nice. They've been renovating it for the past, like, half year. So, you know, it doesn't look like a crack house anymore. That's nice. I don't know if anybody's gonna be renting it or what, or... But it's probably gonna be 50 times better than the people who used to live there. And I don't say crack house is like a euphemism. It literally was a crack house. They were making crack over there. Don't think it did? Christ, those neighbors. Yeah, it's... 3 whole years of a nightmare. That sucked. Anyway. Let's ink this bad boy. I really don't have any plans. What do we have? What's on the schedule for later this week? The video game. Is it Monos? I'm pretty sure it's Monos. Let me check. Open that. And where is my... It's Monos? Okay, yeah, I can't look at my schedule right now. Whatever. Checking... Oh, okay. Apparently, you weren't the only one who was happy with the Illbleed art, Decon. Somebody else was, so... good for you? You got me to do something like that? Oh, I got tagged. But yeah, it... You know... Monos is this week. It's a platformer. I did make sure I ran a little bit of it, so that it would run. It seems like it ran. It was playing nice with OBS. How do we want to do this? I'm gonna do that sketchy style I've been doing lately. It's easier on my hands. We're just gonna bullshit the door. You know what people want. Yeah, apparently people want me to draw obscure shit, I guess? I don't... Okay, this one should be bold, though. Well, no, I'll do it after. Let me pull up the door. Oh, hang on, hang on. Do you want to see some of the art that I yanked? Let me see. Let's see. Do-do-do-do. Image. Hi, me. Minimize you. You're in my... I probably do need 2 fucking windows. Browse. Desktop. There we go. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. This scintillating picture. Oh, shit. Darn it! I clicked close. And that was not what I wanted to do. I should have clicked OK. There we go. Look at this. Scintillating. Toy art. It looks like he's tapping him on the shoulder with the with the spear. We thought we fixed Soul Reaver, me and Jack Ryan. And then it crashed again. I don't know what's going on with Soul Reaver. This is very dismaying news, but it's not like we were going to be streaming it. Well, I mean, I want to, but Soul Reaver is not working. We don't know why. What else? No. Browse? What else did I just yank down? Oh, this is my boy. This is my boy. Look at this precious face. This is Cody. He passed in 2021. Here's my baby. This is when we first got him. Like 8 weeks old. He was so cute. He was clever too. Unlike the dog beast I have named Ace. I mean, Ace is clever too, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he is always a good dog. And this is stuff that I have still up on my DeviantArt. And I was drawing Daft Punk and Deadmau5 together in comics. There's a trip seeing Cody without so much gray on his face. I know! When he was like teeny, my baby. This is a reference to Mystery Science Theater because that's how it was kind of doing it. It's Mystery Science Theater, but what up Deadmau5 was Joel and the robots were Daft Punk. It didn't go anywhere. I did a couple comics and then I quit. I should have them on my Tumblr. Humans Can Drive Stick. What? Isn't clever. Is he though? Is he? Yeah, he is clever. He has ways of doing things. Anyway, I used to draw this kind of stuff. It's dumb. So let's put up something. What I'm drawing. Well, yeah, actually, let's put the door up because I am drawing this. Henry's door. Ah, come back here. We're not gonna do all these fucking chains, because that many chains, it's like, will you listen to Linkin Park? Perspective. I don't know her. Maybe we'll do a couple of the chains on the wall, I don't know. This one's meant to be more of a shit post. We're not gonna do all these fucking chains, are we? Hell no. Hell no. Hell to the nah. Okay. Nice and rough. Why don't you use a ruler? Because I don't feel like it. And there isn't a better way to show off a gritty apartment than by having the lines look like trash. I might need it for this, though. Hold on. Shut up. There we go. Cool. We are allowed a little shitpost as a treat. You know what I'd rather be doing right now? Writing. But, that's not a thing that's happening. So I have to take into account all these goddamn chains. And at some point, drawing all the chains will be therapeutic, but tonight, this moment is not that moment. Yeah. Let's do a thicker one for the bubble. There we go. At least block it in. Should we draw her in a bolder style? Somebody else did some art. Let me check it. Did I download it? I did not. Ah. Was it under... Oh, maybe the thing expired. Darn. Story expired. Should have taken a... It was cute. It was Umi with the main character from Silent Hill F, so I decided to do Silent Hill 4. Solidarity in the abstract. I like to be getting more CD ripping done, but it's physically uncomfortable laying at my laptop to do it so long. Aww. And it's driving you nuts. I've been... Oh, I haven't sent you the latest chapter. Oh. Did I like it? Let me take a look. At the top. Instagram. Don't fail me. Although you fail me all the time, Instagram, so I wouldn't be surprised if you did. Oh, I did save it. Okay, cool. No. Fuck it. To make her look totally out of place. She's gonna have a nice big bold outline. I want to see if I can get all of the achievements for this game. One of them, though, is like beat the game in under 10 minutes, and that maze fucking owned me. I'm pretty sure I could probably do it, but I just haven't yet. I really like this one because she was so sassy. When evening falls, lay yourself down. Sassy Umi was great. I wish I had done the Kickstarter, the what do you call it? For the makeshift for the Umi plushie when the game first came out. Look at that. Granted, doing the ripping and writing all the data, it's also driving you nuts. Oh, you know. I should really get episode 4 started posting for We Once Had Names. But no one's had a chance to look at the whole thing. So I didn't want to post it without somebody like going over and be like, hey, dumbass, you meant to write and you put anf. A-N-F. I'm wont to doing that, so, you know. It is a thing that happens. Mildly curious, but also done with the world. That's the expression we're going for with Henry. What was the thing he was always saying? What the hell? I think that was like his catchphrase. blank expression. Feel free to chuck it your way for proofreading. Yeah, I need to because husband's been busy. Messed up the mouth. Oh well. Do I have a picture of Henry that I can look at off to the side? Why did this open so big? It's not what I want. How about this one? That's not any better! I'll take it. I find it ironic that, you know, he used candles in the game and she's got a candle too, but I don't think there's a candle in the game for rental. It is part of the infamous gift that she was in. If I remember correctly. But yeah, I might check it your way because it needs proofreading, and I've gone almost 2 months without updating, and I need to change that. I wonder what we're doing for dinner tonight. My dad's on a trip. Ergo, I am in charge of dinner, or at least choosing. Not sure what I'm going to do other days. I know at least the day we do Pumpkin Panic, I'm going to have a Pumpkin Panic piece. That's a game I downloaded for streaming. It's like a survival farming sim, but with a pumpkin, and you have to try and escape an island that you're trapped on? I don't know. It looked cute. I'm gonna have to do art for it, though. Flat as what the hell is basically. Not as down on Henry or Silent Hill poor people as people who think it's a weak injury can series. I mean, it is weak, but it's not the weakest. Honestly, I think Origins is weaker than 4. At least, you know, 4 kind of knew what it was doing to an extent. Origins was the beginning of the end, and I'm gonna stick to that. And I'm never coming back. At least I don't think so. Now, I mean, you know, I might come back for the remake for 1 of my own volition. Mostly because we love Harry in this household. Freakishly unflappable. Could not be flapped. No, he couldn't. He just kind of went with it, and I kind of have... Okay, hold on. I just realized something. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna open this one. Yeah. Okay. We lost the game? I'm only just noticing because I was looking at... Yeah. Thanks, Henry. You're a real chap. You're a real one. I gotta re-fucking size the goddamn door. Anyway. I like the fact that he was kind of going with the flow, but it was just like, I've been kind of trapped in my fucking apartment for like... Is it like a week before the game starts? He's been trapped there like a week or some such? And it's just like, bruh. Get yourself a fire axe. Anyway. I mean, I like Henry. In terms of who I would prefer to be playing as in a Silent Hill game, Heather. I would not mess with Sexy Beam. 100% would not mess with Sexy Beam. Heather would beat your fucking ass. I mean, she kind of did, but yeah, you know, y'all get what I'm trying to say. It's Heather's world, and we're just living in it. Wait, what just happened? Windows, why are you so weird? Can you just go over here? Thank you. What do these shoes look like? Okay. Heather's a G. She's a real one. Alessa. I mean, you know, at the pace we're going, they're gonna remake that game anyway. I don't like to play the people just don't get it card because I don't view myself as an uber intellect and the only person who's correct about games. But man, people just didn't meet Silent Hill where it was and acted like it wasn't a them problem, skill issue. No, for real. For real. I think there's a lot of things going on. Number one, I don't think we give Silent Hill 4 a lot of credit of actually having, like, an antagonist that isn't, like, Walter is the antagonist, and I think that's kind of cool. I mean, you have, like, Alessa and Dahlia, but, like, you don't know that Dahlia is, like, an enemy, like, right away. You just think the bitch is crazy. But, like, it's kind of cool to have Walter be the antagonist, and he's not, like, fucking, like, crazy. I mean, he's crazy. But, like, you kind of get where he's coming from. He just wants to see his mom, dude. You know. The less said about the circumcision bullshit, the better. We're not getting into that, chat. We're not getting into that. We're not getting into that at all. But, you know, it's nice that, you know, Silent Hill... I mean, there's an antagonist in F. You wouldn't have that if you didn't have Walter. I didn't care much for Homecoming. It had good vibes, I'll give it that. I just did not care much for... Why are there so many chains, Walter? Walter, why are there so many chains? Walter! Walter! This is unacceptable. Hold on, we need more music. Walter! Hey, Sam. I'm just talking about Silent Hill. Fuck it. Fuck it. This is good enough. Good enough for me. My 4 has flaws because all games do, and all games are perfect. There's a lot going on that gets overlooked. I was gonna say nothing about the Silent Hill wiki circumcision guy, but as you brought it up, we're not bringing it up anymore. Honestly, Silent Hill 4's, in my opinion, greatest sin is just pacing. That's really it. And all Silent Hills have a very slow pacing anyway, so, you know. It's very cut and dry as to, you know, where everything stands and everything, in my opinion. That's really what its biggest flaws. Its pacing is kind of excruciating. The backtracking is kind of tough. Doesn't help that Eileen's AI is not really all that great. But you know, escort characters back on the PlayStation era were not always perfect either, and I don't mind that they weren't. They don't need to be perfect. It certainly, in my opinion, was a little bit tighter in its execution than I think people give it credit for, though. I have a huge problem with Downpour. Like, honestly. Like, I have a huge problem with Downpour. Like, of the mainline games, huge problem. But is it as bad as the Choose Your Own Adventure game that Konami put out earlier, like last year? Oh, that was a travesty. I know it wasn't a mainline game, but that was a travesty. Konami, we need to talk. Konami, I need to talk to you. That was absolutely, positively the worst thing you could have ever done. And Patchy Slot Zero exists. Patchy Slot Zero gets a few passes because the music is fucking banging and that makes me mad, but at the same time, at least it has banging music. I'll give it that. I don't understand quite the concept of Patchy Slot, but I have seen gameplay. And, it's interesting. Would I have said that that was how I wanted a remake of Fatal Frame 1 to go? No. But you take what you get. And it gave us Big Booby Kurosawa. With glasses. As we talked about on the anniversary stream. So, you know. You pick and choose your battles. Watch me phone in all of these chains. And locks. Because it's so much. Yes. Everybody needs to know about it. You don't need to go down the rabbit hole, but you know, Wang did a good video on it, in my opinion. I think Wang did a very good video on, like, succinctly talking about it. So, you know. Andrei Tarkovsky should... No. No. I disagree wholeheartedly with that. Honestly, like, you know... For an adaptation, the first Silent Hill was, at the time, very good. Its vibes were not immaculate. However, on a surface level, captured some of the vibes. Christopher Gans, however, if that is the director, absolutely positively a fucking misogynist. Does not actually understand what fucking was going on. And, I will not have Harry slander, of which he was guilty of. So, you know. I have very strong feelings regarding the Silent Hill movie. Not as strong as I used to, though. Because at the end of the day... Meh. At the end of the day, it was meh. Certainly better than a lot of other, video game... attempts. You know who has immaculate vibes, nailed it, and had their own story? It wasn't a movie, though. Fallout. Fallout had immaculate vibes. That was like playing the fucking game without playing the fucking game. This door is fucking huge. Get over here. Go over there. Go, shoo. The worst spin-offs still rank above shit memes, but holy admit this one's personal. Silent Hill's greatest champion, strongest warrior, Harry Mason's hype guy. I mean, you know. I love Harry. I didn't know that for the longest time we didn't know who his voice actor was. Apparently he did... Was he Dracula in Symphony of the Night? Or was he Richter? I think he was Dracula. I could be wrong. I can't remember. Also another Wang video that everybody should watch. I still need to sit down with that, Resident Evil actor video that he was pimping out. Okay, we're just making up the chains now at this point. I don't care anymore. There's just a lot. Oh, shit. Okay. I have not played. You know, I want to... Full disclosure. Have not yet played, personally, very much of the Silent Hill 2 remake. Yet. I do plan. I'm not streaming it, though. I do remember a friend of mine was playing it, and holy hell is that thing front-loaded. Like, it is front-loaded. Like, in the time it takes for you to get halfway through the apartments, you're just getting to the apartments. Which, is not quite the pacing I thought would be appropriate, but you know, what do I know? I played the director's cut of that game. And my favorite ending is the dog ending. Which is, like, the same. What I didn't like about the remakes version is... I know maybe you didn't know, but you're doing it now. Why did you change the UFO ending, Bloober Team? Like, if it was on the cards, maybe you didn't know you were gonna get greenlit for Silent Hill 1 remake. But why did you so fundamentally change the UFO ending in the Silent Hill 2? To completely, like, remove Harry. And it's not even in the same style. It's not like the aliens attack. Like, why? 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 Dog ending was good. But why? Is that a complaint that I'm allowed to really have? Yeah, I'd like to think so. I mean, yeah, Maria's new outfit's okay, but, I mean, I preferred the old one because it was essentially Christina Aguilera. And I don't... you get, like... I heard you get, like a reference to Born from a Wish, but I really would just have preferred Born from a Wish. Like, give me Born from a Wish. That it's such a good DLC. You know. It goes back to why I think, you know, the Fatal Frame remake is, like, my gold standard for, a remake of a video game. Is it's the exact same game. Extra endings and higher fidelity graphics. That's all we really want in a remake. Don't add more. Don't repace it, you know? Just give me what I fell in love with, and then... get the fuck out. I don't know. You have to check. He was Richter. Okay, he was Richter. Okay, fair enough. I mean... if they were gonna do multiple endings, which, you know, I'm not opposed to, so that every theater, like Clue, everybody has a different ending, you would have to do Silent Hill 2. Because Silent Hill 2 has such wildly different endings. I asked my sister, who went and played it. She had never played a Silent Hill 2 like I had. I'm just gonna throw padlocks in fucking willy-nilly. Let's put one here. Because I don't really feel like being proper. Sure, that looks fine. I don't know. Potential that Michael Gwynn was the MC announcer. I think... Go watch Wang's video. I think he does bring that up. I believe that is true. Go watch that. Well, you'll have to watch it later. Because I believe you are correct. He did do that. Which is pretty fucking awesome. Born from a Wish gets overlooked by a lot of fans. Curse of it being an extra campaign attached to a director's cut. Yeah, but I mean, it explains so much. It explains absolutely nothing. Like, Born from a Wish is so lore heavy that its exclusion as a playable content is maddening to me. And yes, I believe it is only available on the director's cut. I have the director's cut on Xbox, so it looks pretty awesome. Born from a Wish is so fucking important to the story in, like, all these ways that I don't think most people really understand. You can tell that I was like, these chains don't look nearly as good as these chains. Lamau. Is that enough chains? Do we need to put more? Oh, I forgot these ones over here. Oh, yeah, I guess we gotta put more. I just love... I don't care if it's a spoiler, because everyone's played it by now. It's just... that James is a bad man. Oh, like, just... oh! Hearing Ernest say that... After he's been, like, a dick to you very early on, and then you, like, help him move on and everything. And, like, you get this kind of, like, rapport with him as Maria. That James is a bad man. Like, I think it does color the game. It gives you less of a willingness, I think, to... not that James is fully, wholly innocent in the entire affair. By far not. But I do subscribe that I like having the opportunity for a man who is so driven by grief to make some horrible decisions. Because he's driven by grief, not through selfishness or malice. A man who is driven to do terrible things through grief. Oh, I eat that shit up! I do admit that 2 is one of my favorite games, though. It is a marvelous game. Do we need more? Let's erase and we'll see. We'll see where we are. Also, should I leave it as... hold on, I'm gonna bring it closer. Don't go out, lol, Walter? Or just don't go out? Because I think don't go out, lol really sells the shitpost that I'm going for. Speaking of UFOs, caught 5 movie all-nighter mystery B-movie marathon. Sword of the Night, Alien Visitor. Oh, Pot People! Oh, God! I haven't watched that episode of Mystery Science Theater in years. That's a movie. That's a film. To be fair, Ernest is right. James Sunderland sucks. I mean... that is one way that people can interpret it. I think, honestly, you know... there's a lot of things that I think he does say when he's not performing in front of other people. When I say performing, is performing as the grieving husband. There's a lot of things that he does say when he inspects some things that is genuine. Mary's sick. That sucks. You're supposed to make her feel... you're supposed to cure her. You're a doctor. Why can't you do anything? Why can't you... I mean, like... you know, mystery illness? I can absolutely see how that fucks with a man. And then you layer on top of that her grief of losing herself and how she absolutely takes it out on him. I love how beautifully imperfect the two of them are as a couple. Had she never gotten sick, and we don't know if she had gotten sick because of Silent Hill, we'll never know. Had Mary never gotten sick, I don't think they would have had a horrible marriage. But it turned into a horrible marriage. You know? And that's what I think is so beautiful about the game. It's beautiful in its ugliness. The fact that, you know, he conjures this beautiful version of Mary that wasn't Mary. Who wouldn't? The fact that he conjures her as a stripper, though, fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. I don't condone it, but I think it's fascinating. I certainly buy James conjuring an ideal Mary from a stripper template. I certainly believe that better than anything that they did in Shattered Memories. Because Shattered Memories, mechanically, brilliant game. As a retelling of Silent Hill 1, utter shit. As I said, I will have no Harry slander in my household, and that game is nothing but Harry slander. However, the joke ending is really good. I'll say that. The joke ending is really damn good. What is it with surreal mysteries set in a small town and people call it James? That is a good version. That is a good question. I never thought of that. A 4K version of Pod People? Why? And maybe, why do I want to see it? Jesus Christ. He made every wrong decision he could make. I mean, when you are confronted with something that, with the possibility of getting exactly what you want, but maybe tweaking it, and you don't ask questions, who wouldn't take that? Who wouldn't take that job? I would. Okay, I gotta figure out how this molding goes. Hold on. Is that, like... Oh, there's, like, an extra lock. But, I mean, we all can say that he went about it the wrong way, but what would we do if he were in that position? Honestly. Where does that connect? It connects to here. Did Angela have to go out the way she did? I really wish she hadn't. Angela is such a painful story. I did that wrong. Fuck me. I made the door wrong. God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. Hang on. We're gonna make the molding of the door a lot smaller. Yeah, I fucked that up. Ah, don't worry about it. Who's gonna care? I care. I care. Being fucking... Okay. Somewhat fix this. I can't fix this. Can I fix this? I can't fix this. Doesn't mean I won't try, though. Scrolls. Okay. I think the more janky this door is gonna look, the better. Or I'm just saying that because I suck at drawing. Who knows? Choose your own adventure, I say. Okay. Commit! What does the top look like? Oh, motherfucker. Why is this the world's most complicated looking door? Why does it have... Why does it have, like, a top panel going across, but not on the bottom? Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna... I'm not gonna argue. The door's janky. I remember when my sister played the game and she got A and O. Fuck me. Oh, it is so off. God damn it! This door is all sorts of wank. Okay. Alright. Damn it. There's an uncut version with more naughty swears. Yeah, I remember that the TV version of it was different. So I might have to check that out on DVD, but do I really want to own that on DVD? That's a great question. Do I want to own that on DVD? God damn. Fucking A, Henry. Fuck's wrong with your door? Why is it so fucked up? Why did I fuck up drawing your goddamn door? Because you can't draw it, Dio. Honestly. Okay. we're gonna fake it till we make it. There we go. Six of one, half a dozen of the other. The awful dubbing was more apparent on the big screen, too. Hearing wank in a US accent is so weird. Oh, dude, Sam. Say less. Say less. Now I want it. Alright, I'm gonna have to go look for it on DVD. My favorite thing about the pillow is that in that PSP... what was it? It was like, what did I say it was like? It was like a dungeon crawler. Like a roguelike. They had the pillow item in there. And it said something along the lines of stained with tears of regret, and I was like, damn. And still, better than Silent Hill 2 4. Not a controversial take. Alright. Somehow, there's a door there. It's gone now. Where's my red pen? Okay. It's all gone to hell. On the other hand, damn. On the other, shouldn't have killed your wife, James. Skill issue. How do you know it wasn't a mercy kill? Okay, hold on. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. I keep forgetting to just finish the story. My sister played the game, and she was just like, "Is Homeboy okay?" Because he got the in-water. She got the in-water ending, and I was like, "No, he's not. He's not okay. He is most definitely not okay." But I just like how her immediate, like, question was, is Homeboy okay? No, he's not. He is not in the least okay. I dare say, he will never be okay. Everything with Angela, his interactions with Angela are always, yeah, always super fascinating. Oop, shit. Especially when she calls him on it. Did you kill her too? Yeah. I love that. Hotter than hell in here. For me, it's always like this. Ah! That is quite possibly one of the hardest hitting fucking lines in any video game. Is literally that. Like, literally that. For me, it's always like this. Oh. Fucking... They don't fucking write like that no more, chat. If only I could write like that. So good. Also, watching her pick up that fucking TV and beat the shit out of that monster. Fucking peak. Peak! Alright, what does her dress look like? It's plaid, isn't it? It is indeed. If I were to color it and then hit it with white pen, do you think I could get away with it? I probably could, because that's what it looks like I can do. Angela deserved better. She deserved better, but I mean, like... sometimes that's just not how it shakes out. And I think we have to be... I think it's nice to be comfortable, or to have to be forced to be comfortable with that. With that, you know, that's a reality that some people have to live with. It was a very bold choice to do it. And for the most part, I honestly think it's one of the most delicate, beautiful, tragically beautiful treatments of domestic abuse. Like that. It's tragically, beautifully different, like just... I think it's, in my opinion, probably the most respectful. It gets me every time. Just like, you know, when Mio is going over to Mayu at the end of the game, in the Crimson Butterfly ending. We'll be together. And Mayu just closes her eyes and just says, we can't be together forever. Coming to terms with the incident in her life that became the defining moment between their relationship. Her saying the words, we can't be together forever. Knowing that Mio has literally gone through hell and back to bring her home. Mayu finally accepting the inevitable fate of two people eventually growing apart. That's fucking heartbreaking. And a lot of people, I think, really give Mayu a lot of shit, and I don't think you're not really understanding the story. If you don't understand why she has, I mean, you know, in the original version, a lot of people saying that she has a very yandere possessiveness of her sister. It's because that's all she knows. The reason she fell from the cliff is because she is hit at like 6 years old, the sudden realization that the most important people in her life are gonna drift apart away from her and you're gonna die alone. Fucking tragic! Plays, got the cold lasagna ending. Ooh, that's the best one. A protractor ending on their first playthrough? Only if you know what you're doing. There's no dog here. Looks like a doghouse, but there's no dog here. Probably why, you know, Fatal Frame 2 is always gonna forever be my favorite. It was my first one, so we all like our first ones. Ergo, you know, that's probably why I really like Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 is my first Silent Hill. I believe I've probably beaten Silent Hill and gotten most of the endings. I haven't gotten all of them yet. Gotten most of them, though. I can't wait for the Fatal Frame remake. I really can't. I gotta wait till next year. I mean, I will. I don't have a choice. Time will pass. This too shall pass, but I want it now. You know? Broadly speaking, there's something to be said how the first 3 Silent Hills tackle various forms of abuse women or girls face. Potential, actual, existential. They face systematically, which even when it isn't the central focus. Obviously, it's super in the background for 1 and 2. Especially to 3. Yeah, honestly, I think there's... You need to move over. Avant quit my site door. I don't know if, like, that was on purpose, but I always appreciated the perspective of women in a game. Honestly, like Heather, yeah, like, what's more scary than, like, losing your identity? Forced motherhood. I mean, I'm not gonna mince words. Honestly, legit fear. That's why I've always loved 3. It's a good game. 3 is fantastic. Everybody should play 3. I was talking hypothetically the other day. I was just like, if they ever had a chance to remake, they really should, it was the smarter idea to do 2 first, so that you can do 3 and 1 back to back as a continuous story. Absolutely perfect. Perfect how that worked out, in my opinion. Putting players who aren't teenage girls in the role of a teenage girl and giving them a crash course in empathy. It's the scariest game. It is the scariest game in the series. It legit is. And I think, you know, when people talk about, you know, I think positive feminist games, nobody ever talks about 3. And that cast is almost like 50-50 male-female. Because you have... What is her name? It's a flower name. Because Dahlia's the mother. Heather. What is the... what's the antagonist's name? It's her and Heather, and then you have Vincent and the detective. I'm like trying to do like 3 things at once. Battlemania, let's go. Okay. I feel like I'm getting nowhere. Why is this taking forever? Oh yeah, that's right. Fucking chains all up the fucking wazoo. So many chains. Listen to Linkin Park. Put those away because I'm gonna grab them and then accidentally color something that's meant to be gray. What kind of brown hair do we have here, Henry? What color are his eyes? Are they brown too? Could someone run a search for me? What color are Henry Townsend's eyes? Henry Townsend eye color. Why no? I mean, I understand why, but like, why is that so high? Oh, eye color. Jesus Christ. Oh God, you can't tell. They look brown. I say they're brown. They look brown. I don't give 2 shits. Give Harry a line. Honestly, what if you were gonna just do a straight remake? Have us be able to hear him talk to her on the phone at the beginning of the game. I want to be able to hear that conversation where they're talking to each other and she says, "I love you, Dad." And I want to be able to hear him tell her he loves her too. Like, if that is the only thing that you change, let us hear the conversation, because I want to hear the world before her. I want to hear the world that she had with her father before it completely rips apart. That's what I want. That would be how I would want that, because I am absolutely in agreement with that. Oh, I can't see. My eyesight's been going. Okay. This one's gonna take a while. I can feel it. Oh, we forgot the pockets. He's got pockets on there, doesn't he? Yeah. He can dry out scream, be barely seen, that's fine, but I want to hear his side of the phone conversation. Yeah. Honestly, that would make me really happy to hear. I don't know if we'll get Michael Gwynn back for that. He's still acting, though. He's still working, isn't he? It'd be nice if that, you know, that was what we got. Of course, if, you know, I'm pretty sure they're gonna give, you know, they're, you know, if they were to do it, they would just give it to the, whoever's gonna act him in the remake for one, which, you know, is also acceptable. I'm not gonna say that that isn't. But yeah. That would make me really happy, is to hear Harry talk to her on the phone. That is an odd... It's an odd brown. I'm a fucking hour into this and I feel like I haven't done shit. So that's a problem. I'll get, like, ideas for shitposty things, and they still take for fucking ever. Why can't art just stop time for a little bit and let me get it all down? You know? I don't know. You can see that as a case for reading that as an argument for Henry. No, I know. And like, yeah, I absolutely can see that. It is a legitimate... It comes from a genuine place. It's just the fact that it was so high up on the list, it just fucking made me laugh. We must work for our shitposts. Yeah, we do, and I hate it. I really wish we didn't have to. Oh, that is the too dark. Grab the wrong one. I'd be, honestly, what, you know, like, as picky as I am about remakes, I would be, oh, that's right, you like to bleed. You're gonna get stored upright. I would like to have a remake of 4, and just to see where they were gonna go with it, like, that would be the one where I was like, take as many liberties as you want, because, like, there are a lot of different directions you could go in 4 that could be totally different, and I would be kind of down to seeing another interpretation of it. To me, while I think it was, like, the most obvious of all the Silent Hills, it was also the one that I think I understood the least. Like, I get the general plot, right? But, like, I always felt that there was more to it that was, like, simmering underneath that I would really like. Not more clarity, so much as, like... I don't know. I feel like there's other places you could go with 4. I don't know. Would be interesting to get more out of, maybe. I don't know. 4's a weird game, and I like it. Foreskin discussion. Thanks! Oh, Dad just texted me and said that the baby, AC, is on the couch sleeping. My dad left, as I mentioned earlier, and he's pouting because spare humans are the only ones that are home right now. Poor baby. He actually went on a hunger strike. He didn't want to eat his breakfast earlier. Baby bear. Baby bear! Big ol' sap is what he is. Oh, warmer. Why was my phone... Warmer for the inner shirt, cooler for the outer shirt. You know, Henry gives me Ethan Winters vibes. And I say that as a compliment because I like Ethan Winters. My sister and I have very different ideas of Ethan Winters. She hates Ethan Winters. I love Ethan Winters. Ethan Winters is like... Ethan Winters is if you took James and Harry, you smashed them together and used all the good parts. That's Ethan Winters. I love Ethan. Henry gives me Ethan Winter vibes. In a good way. I think he's just kind of like, you know, can't get out of my apartment. This is weird. I think someone's stalking my next door neighbor. Who the hell's this guy that keeps showing up? I guess I better just kind of jump through this hole because I've got nothing better to do with my life. I don't know. I'm a big Ethan Winters fan. I'll never know what he looks like. But that's fine. Capcom wants it that way. That's why he wasn't included on the anniversary art. Broke my heart. There's a little to expand on most of the ancillary cast, because we really don't meet up with them. Yeah, everyone is tertiary to Walter. That is true. Oh shit, that is way too dark. I grabbed the wrong one. God damn it. Damn it, Henry! I would really like to know more about James's dad. Because he runs the place. Like, a lot of people don't remember that. James's dad runs the apartment complex. He's kind of a grumpy old fart. So, you know, at least we know where James gets it from, but... Like, I'd like to know more. The story, like, Walter is the main character. I don't want to mince words here. Walter is the main character. And that's fine. I like Walter as aforementioned. Walter as a antagonist is fascinating. And I think it would be really cool to give people more of a spotlight. What's going on? Why did he choose them? Make them more like... Make us understand why they are, like, the perfect victim for Walter. You know? Not make me care, because I do kind of care about some of them. Although I less like the fact that Henry is just like a victim of circumstance. The story functions better. He's just an unfortunate fucker who had dumb fucking luck to wind up in the in Walter's mom's old apartment. The story happens to him. I mean, I would prefer maybe just Henry staying the same as like a frame character and we just kind of get to know everybody else around him through him. That would be kind of cool. I don't mind that. Henry's sort of like the... What's the word I'm looking for? Henry's like a frame character. You know? I don't mind that. The fact, looking into, like you said, looking into the bad luck, it's very Junji Ito. Some people just kind of fall into this crazy world that they didn't ask for, and they may or may not get out alive. I love that. It's so, like, it's depressing and yet empowering at the same time. It's not your fault, but it's your fault. Blame the fate of your stars, kind of a thing. I like Henry being the everyman that we see everybody else through, though. That would be cool. I want to see more interactions of him dealing with people. Like, it makes sense why he's a loner. Because, you know, if he was, you know, somebody who was a little bit more social, people would have noticed he had gone missing sooner. And, you know, suspension of disbelief, you know? I like the fact that Henry we just kind of project ourselves onto Henry. He's like a silent protagonist that has lines. I don't think everybody needs to be super deep. Not everybody needs to be Angela. Sometimes it's okay to have a Henry. Not everybody has to be a James. Not everybody has to be a Heather. Ethan Winter's chicken dinners. Someone tell Rosemary to get on that stat. More about Jasper and Cynthia. No, for real, Jasper and Cynthia, I want to know more about them. Like, I don't, you know, the entire fandom made Cynthia a joke of being a slut, but, like, there's more to Cynthia, I think, than just her being very sexually forward with him. Would it be interesting if, like, you know, she was already flirting with him before he gets stuck in the apartment? Maybe she's the first one who'd be like, you know, I haven't seen that Henry guy in, like, a week. Maybe someone should go check on him. But, you know, like, she's got her own life, you know? It's kind of, like, inconsequential, you know? Maybe change it to... I'm not saying have to change it. But, like, I want to know more about Cynthia because I don't want to just boil her down to sexy girl, she die. Like, I think that's kind of a disservice. That is it. It's what we got, but I don't think that was the intent, if that makes sense. Jasper was just fucking weird, dude. Like, I wanted to know more about Jasper. You're entirely correct. Jasper and Cynthia, I think, really suffered from being very early on, already pegged. We knew they were gonna die. There's more going on, and I wanted to know more. I don't know. I do want the focus to still be on Walter, though. Honestly. I think it's really interesting that the entire story is about Walter. And he's the antagonist. And you kind of see all of that through somebody else's eyes. Through someone who is suffering, who has no connection to him. Right? Would it be really nice to have Henry have more interactions with Walter, trying to talk Walter out of doing what he's doing, even though he doesn't understand what's going on? More interactions? And, you know, maybe that is another one of, I think, Silent Hill 4's flaws, is that everyone's just kind of interacting at each other, but not interacting with each other. And I think there's a lot of potential for, you know, that to really go places. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off so we have more room. I want to breathe. Thank you. I need to breathe, OBS. There we go. And it's an interesting... It's different. There's a lot of things I think that could be done with 4. Don't change the final boss, though. I think it's really fascinating to have that. Like, mitigating the death walk while trying not to die from Walter and trying to kill Walter. Like, honestly, it was a pretty ingenious final battle. It's stressful AF, but I liked it. I like Henry, though. I mean, it's why I named the pastiche for Creepy and Crawly. I named him after Henry. And in fact, you know, dresses a lot like James. With a lot more of the darkness. I like Henry. A lot of her death scenes suggest she's trying to convince herself it's all a dream. The way the scene really goes for an emotional core suggests that they wanted something for her that doesn't quite land. Yeah. It was not an easy development, if I recall correctly. It is not entirely true that it was not meant to be a Silent Hill. Like, I'm pretty sure its original design document was, like, not a Silent Hill. but then it was like folded into Silent Hill, but that was super early in my opinion, so I don't think that, you know. Just, I need to close that. I am gonna look at the fucking door from the other side. Other side though. Where's the door? No, that's. Nope. What did I do with it? Is it this one? No. Is it you? There it is. Okay. I close it on. I need 3 monitors. I need 2 monitors. I gotta admit it. I need 2 monitors. I can't be a decent streamer if I don't have 2 monitors. That is the fact of the matter. And I've got to just come to terms with that. But yeah, I think, you know, of all of them, 4 I think is probably the safest to go completely batshit different with. That I don't think people will really get to... I mean, I'm sure people would. People get pissed off at the stupidest shit. But I think it's a safe bet for going different. Buffing out certain, in my opinion, definitely certain relationships would be a good idea. I like Henry. Dumb, clueless Henry. Good boy. He's a good boy. He's a certified good boy. And, you know, in a weird sort of way, so is Walter, but, you know, Walter was a serial killer, so, you know. I want to know more about the 2 kids he killed. That turned into, like, that twin thing. I want to know more about them. Like, why did he choose them? Who died? Like, he died, but he didn't die. But who died in prison, right? Because, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't played 2 or 4 in decades. Someone died in prison by stabbing his neck through with a spoon. And it was supposed to be Walter. Who... But he was dead in his cell, so who died in the cell? You know, there's a lot of those weird unanswered questions that I would like more clarity on. I don't know. Unless I'm completely misremembering the elevator. You guys remember the elevator portion in Silent Hill 2? Because I do. I had a game fact, so I didn't get any of that wrong, and I don't remember if you got anything wrong, if there was, like, any problem with it. But I wasn't gonna get that quiz wrong. Of course I was gonna have the answers. Lol, 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 lol. Oh, yeah, Sam, you're gonna be here for Thursday, right? Before you go? We're playing Monos that day. So please come by. We're gonna play the Monos game. It's like a platformer. Like, it's very Mega Man-y. That's what I've noticed. So, please stop by, Sam, if you're still around. On Thursday. We are gonna play that. Maybe we'll try a little of the Rocky Horror Picture Show game. But I think we're gonna just do Monos. So... Do not how they reworked it, because, yeah, Walter died in the cell. No, I'm pretty sure, like, the whole point was for us to remember that. But, he's not. He's in the walls of 302, or whatever. What a funny little game this was. And also Silent Hill. It's not a best game, but it's a good game. Yes. Okay. It will be 5:30 my time, so I don't know what that is in UK proper time. God's time over there. Lamau. So, hope to see you. Have a good night. What's this? A telephone. To phone it in. We might add some more schmutz to the door, I think. Someone asked me if I was going to do Scream Fortress. And I was like, I can't even fucking draw the regular TF2, guys. What makes you think I can do anything that's like TF2 plus horror? I think you severely overestimate my talent. Doesn't mean I won't try, but I mean, I don't know what I would draw. Me going on the wiki would be a bad idea because I'd be there all day just looking at shit. Inching ever closer to probably maybe playing the game. I don't know. I suck at first-person shooters. They make me motion sick. What do you think? Should we close it in with more shadows? I don't know. How many people hate the idea of Walter viewing 302 as literally his mother? But, like, he is. He's cooked. Yeah, no, he generally, yeah, no, he is absolutely off his fucking tits off rocker. And I like that for him. Yeah, fuck it. Let's close it in. Although, you need a little bit more... Oh, I do have a burnt umber. That's a little too red. I don't hate it. Maybe we'll just touch it back up. There we go. This is making me want to play it again. I haven't touched the game. God, probably since a couple of years after it came out. I haven't touched the game. I believe I still do have it, though. See, that'll be like the third one in a row where it's gonna have a blackish background, but I mean, like, do we really fucking care? Am I just gonna do it anyway? Let's do it anyway. It's my challenge. I get to do it however I want. Alright. We need to line everything up because we're gonna need to blend, 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 baby. That's what we're working with. Find it fascinating because everything suggests about completely fucking shunked how it suggests his shunked his mind is. I can talk. In the parlance of our times, Walter is so valid, thinking his mom is literally an apartment. Yeah, where the interaction was like he never had an interaction with her. Like it's so fucking fascinating, you know? Like, you know what's really, like, this is fucking bonkers, right, for me to say. But it had the same, like, vibes of like, him going to, when he was a kid, and just fucking riding the train to get to Ashfield, I believe is the name of the town that this all takes place in. That his mom not interacting, like... There's the scene where Billy Batson, I think that's the name, from Shazam meets his mom. He tracks her down to the apartment and he knocks on the door and she opens up and you kind of get this realization that cuz you know, he's been looking for his mom. That's why he's kind of a rough little youth. He's living in a foster home. And like, you get from the mom, you find out from the mom that, like, what she did is she fucking abandoned him so that he would go into foster care. She couldn't, or didn't, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. Didn't want to take care of him. And how he just shows up and then she just very succinctly just kind of, like, you know, says, I don't want a relationship with you. You know, essentially saying, you know, I left you for a reason. I wasn't gonna come back for you. Right? It had these same vibes of Walter visiting 302. Like, I can't really explain it more than that. It had those same vibes. Again, it has been ages since I last played 4. So I don't quite recall Walter's mom in a capacity that tells me what her whole thing was. But it had, like, the same vibes of, I didn't want you. And I want to live my own life without you. Fucking heartbreaking, dude. Can you really blame Walter going tits fucking up all his life? And then also, oh, you were being raised in a orphanage that was also a cult, by the way. You know? The more I talk about it, the more, yeah, I see the flaws of 4, but I think 4 had a lot of really weird, cool, different ideas that I don't think people give 4 enough credit for. You know, it is the unloved at the moment. And it shouldn't, you know? It shouldn't be the unloved. I had a good time with it. It's a good fucking game. It's a weird fucking little game, though. You know? It's a weird fucking game. I can totally understand how someone can go absolutely tits up with the circumcision, like, fucking, like, theory. Buddy, I see what hurt you, but, wow, you know? I get you got hurt, buddy, but, holy shit, you know? I don't know. Silent Hill 4 is, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is Silent Hill 4 is a very legitimately good game. Whether you consider it a Silent Hill or not, I think it's a legitimately good game. And I love it for it. I love it for its awkwardness and its this really weird unfinishedness it seems to have. It has this air of, you know, something that wasn't quite finished. Something that didn't quite land because there was more going on. There's something about that I find very compelling. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too far into it. You know? Maybe I'm reading way too far into that. I love you, Silent Hill 4. I await the day you will be remade. Maybe. I think the implication of 4 goes for his mom. Personally, and this is headcanon, view Walter like he would have had mental and development issues anyway. But a loving family and actual fucking help and a safety net, actual systemic aid would have done him wonders. Basically, his traumatic experience weren't the sole root of cause what happened, but it definitely damaged him even more. For real. I think there's a lot to be said about Walter's experience that you have to kind of, you end up, you know, you don't have much of a choice when you play the game, that you end up learning about. You know, I think at the end of the day, there's to me, I always read it as Henry didn't really hate him, but Henry just knew that there's shit going down, and Walter could not keep going as is. Not just for his own, like, you know, Henry's own safety. Walter was a danger to people. Walter is a danger to society. And he had to put that down. Otherwise... you know, in the immediate, you know, Eileen was gonna fucking die. No bueno. Negative buenos. But I think, you know, on a fundamental level, Henry looked at this entire situation and knew, I am literally the last guy to stop him, and I am the last guy who can stop him. And I gotta do this, because I don't have much of a choice, you know? I don't think he hated Walter. I like to make that interpretation to me. You know, when I played the game, you know, as Henry. I don't think Henry hated Walter, but I think he understood that he was a threat. And it was a very scary threat. It was a threat in a way that he couldn't quite fathom. You know? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too far into it. But I honestly don't think that, you know, outside of, you know, the fucking death machine, I don't think he hated him. I think he felt sorry for him. That's how I read it. I'm just a little wishful thinking, though. Because he kind of came corked up and didn't deserve what we went through. The extra layer makes it more haunting if you subscribe to it. Yeah, the backstory is pretty fucking devastating. I think it's really interesting to kind of look at, like, the way the cult operated on both ways. You know? What it did to Alessa, what it did to Walter. And what it did... What is her name? What is the antagonist name from 3? Help me! It's your favorite game, Decon. Help me. Who is it? What was her name? It's gonna drive me crazy. And I don't want to, like, look it up because I'm in the middle of blending. And this is important business. You know? This is important business. And I need to fucking lock the fuck in. I also need to keep these fucking in order because I will get mixed up. How's that looking? I think I could... Should we close it in a little bit more on the side? I think we should close it in a little bit more. Let me do that. Let's close it in. Okay. Close it in. Oh, am I going too low? Okay. Light source? What's a light source? Don't know her. Proper light source? Don't know her. Claudia! There we go. Thank you. It's technically a flower name because White Claudia, which is the main flower that made the drug that Lisa was addicted to. Claudia. Thank you. That was driving me nuts. I could not remember her name. Oh god. It's dying. We're in trouble. We are in trouble, chat. Okay. Okay, we're gonna put you over here and hopefully get you to blend. Are you drying out too and I just can't tell? It's like really fucking not nice on this side. Blending is not easy. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Lock in! Lock in, Dio. Lock the fuck in. Lock the fuck in! Okay, hold on. I'm gonna roll up. Kind of relies on headcanon, but a lot of stuff regard to Walter can be viewed of the how institutions fail the mentally unwell. Yes. Okay, let me just blend that. Okay. Which is something that rings true Yeah. Yeah, the asylum thing. Yeah, it was the orphanage more like an asylum, to be honest. That's what I want to actually point that out. I think it's Wolf with one F. She had a tragic story, too. Doesn't preclude her from me being mad at her for killing Harry, though. No, fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Alright, it's coming together, kind of. But we've really gotta be careful with this motherfucker. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna shake the fuck out of it. Hey, Sano, how's it doing? I'm going. My markers are running out, but we're going. Talking about Silent Hill. Talking about Silent Hill 4, because that's one of the characters I drew here. We're just hanging. Just faking light source. Thinking about what I'm gonna have for dinner. Because I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner. I think this is dry. It's clear though, so I can't tell. Feels dry. It just needs to blend somewhat on the bottom. A neutral gray. What does that look like? I don't know what that looks like. Interesting. You don't think you've seen any Silent Hill 4? I like it. We were talking about how much I really actually kind of like the game. It's a little flawed. It's got a really slow pacing. But I like it. It's fun. I remember back at San Jose State, I played a lot of it when it came out. It was a good game. It's not the best, but then again, it's not the worst in my opinion. It's one of those unloved ones where people just say, you know, it's not as good as 1, 2, and 3, which, you know, I'm not gonna argue with. I think it still has its merits, though. Also, the music was really good in it. I think there was a lot of really good music pieces in it. Ooh. The opening theme is really good. I'm like torn between 4, 3, and 2's opening. Theme of Lore fucking slaps. But we knew that. Theme of Lore is one of the best fucking themes for a horror game. Still have yet to... 4 is hold on. Yeah, fuck Claudia, but also aw Claudia. She didn't have a chance. Yeah, she didn't. She was a prisoner of her circumstance. That was a 5, so I think we're on a 3 now. You know, but she was also kind of a straight gangster because, you know, again, spoilers for a game that's probably like 20 years old. She fucking like takes the fetus of God and swallows it and becomes mutated by it. Like that's fucking gangster. If I may be so bold, she was just like, okay, you're not gonna birth God, but I sure as hell am, and that happened, and it was a thing, and that boss fight was not easy. That was kind of gangster. I kind of do love Claudia for that. Holy shit. Talk about putting your money where your mouth is, literally. You know, I once decided that, you know, when I was doing all the Fatal Frame jewelry, that I wanted to do Heather's pendant. The problem is that it was really hard to kind of figure out how to, like, make it open. It had a very unique Had a very unique look. I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to do it. It would be nice if I could, though. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna have to spend another small fortune on Copic markers. Let's sigh. You can, one of those ones you can replay for different endings. Silent Hill 4 I think only has like 1 or 2 endings. 2 I think has the most. Different endings. 1 had a lot of different endings, but they were all basically different iterations of the same 2 endings. A good ending and a bad ending, in my opinion. So you definitely, absolutely can play Silent Hill to get different endings. Some of those endings are really good. My 2 bias is showing. 2 has some of the best endings in the series. Still have to play the remake. Okay, let me... Someone once at San Jose State was playing one of the themes on the piano that was in the student union. I went up and I requested theme Alora. They did a pretty good job at it. God, I wish this light would blow this out so much. Best trip hop and post rock stuff is from 4. Yeah, the ambience is nice. I like the I think I like the ambient stuff from 3 more than anybody else, though. 2 and 3, I think, has some of the best ambient music. Oh yeah, the Robbie tracks. Where those got really wackadoodle. I love those. The Robbie tracks were great. Damn, the blending is driving me crazy. Okay. Almost there. Here we go. There we go. Honestly, that came out better than I was expecting for a shitposty entry. Let's get a little rim light on ya, Umi. The bunny character is from a game I played last October called Rental. It was sort of like a Animal Crossing person. She gets the rabbit gets stuck in a alternate dimension version of the rental house she's supposed to be in, and then she has to like do some sort of like satanic ritual to get out. It was fun. I enjoyed that game immensely. Umi was so the bunny girl was so fucking sassy. Which is why I put her in this, because as I rearrange my markers to be where they need to be. C3. Where the hell is... What the... Oh, that's why. My markers are all out of order. Over, 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 over. There we go. Is it can't get out or can't leave? What did I have her saying? Should it be can't get out or can't leave? What should we... I can't remember what it was supposed to be. I'm just cleaning up the bowl. I don't do backgrounds. I messed up on the door really bad. The ambient and drone stuff from 1. Oh yeah, there were some pretty good ones in there. Final boss music, yeah. It has some places of weird synthy music that none of the games in the series do. Like when Harry wakes up in the diner and meets Sybil. That is an interesting one, yeah. I mean, yeah, I do think they should just be like, hey, I hired you for this game, can you just do music? Here's the vibe, go. Honestly, Jesus Christ, this is really getting... fucking... Okay, hold on. Ugh. That is really blowing out, sorry. Can't leave works better, okay. No. Let's use a felt pen for this. You know, that really ties it all together. I'm also gonna, let's add a little schmutz all over. Really make this place look kind of dirty. Can't leave. Skill issue. She totally would say that. Like, that is totally within her character to just be like, oh, you can't get out of this, like, absolutely supernaturally warped, like, apartment building? Skill issue. Couldn't be me. That was a fun game. Whenever she saw something weird, oh, that's weird. Sees the rosary. Ooh, cool jewelry. Throws it on her neck. I love her. She was awesome. There we go. It also ties it together with the whole vibe. No word about scuffed backgrounds. It's okay. The diner piece has a bit of Twin Peaks vibe. Oh yeah. I get the vibe, yeah. I also like the fact that it says, don't go out, lol, Walter. It just, you know, he probably, you know, in a modern sense would totally be like, lol, don't leave. You gotta stay here and so I can sacrifice you so I can get my mom back. Silent Hill 4 was a weird game. And that's why I love it. You know, and in the intervening years, it might actually be my third favorite. I will admit that. There's a lot that goes on that you have to fill in. And I think it, you know, in some ways, it benefits from that. Other ways, you know, I want to know more. Like, you know, what were the first couple days when he couldn't get out? Is he so insular that nobody came looking for him? I mean, yeah, obviously. But, like, what if it wasn't? What if, you know, if they ever did a remake, like, people who did go looking for him, Walter was just like, oh, I'll just sacrifice you next. Like, for Cynthia. She's like I was saying earlier, you know, it'd be kind of cool if, like, maybe they had a connection. And that's why he targets her. She's getting a little too close, and, oh, she perfectly embodies this... I don't remember why, what she filled in, but she perfectly embodies that, you know? I think it'd be interesting. There we go. Ever since I turned off the sound alerts, then I gotta, like, look up more often. It was fine, but I mean, like, on days where, like, you know, the very rare days where we have a lot of chatting, it would get a little overwhelming. I don't know why it turned itself on at some point, but it was on for a couple months. Sounds like an appropriately twisted for the genre. Yeah, you know. It's meant to be a horror game, but it's also, like, super cute. Rental was good. I think I do have the playthrough up on my YouTube. Twanging bass note that plays in the little... If I go up, is it gonna rebalance, maybe? I don't know. It's really washed out, but when we scan it, It's gonna look a lot better than that, so. And, that's time. I might add a little bit more schmutz, but honestly, I kind of like... Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it! Don't overdo it! That's enough. That's enough! No more! Couldn't be me, Henry. Couldn't be me. You know, I'm glad I went with that, and that was like a last-minute idea. And I'm glad I went with it. So, that will be... probably for the 9th. When is the 9th? The 9th? Yeah, so that'll go up Thursday. This was today. God dang. Oh! Everything's so washed out. What if I turn this off? Everything is too dark. Except the blood shows up pretty good. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. Today, everything is just like extra washed out. There we go. Maybe it's just a distance thing. There we go. Less is more. Yeah, that is true. Less is more. That was today. That was... the 3rd? No. This was the 5th, so it was Sunday. My anniversary day. And then that was the 3rd. We're gonna try and get this game up and running. And then that was the 1st. So we're moving! We're moving. It is a thing that is happening. Oh, my husband's home. Just finishing up. There's so many black backgrounds. I've blown. I need to go get more. I'm so mad. I will deal with that tomorrow. Anyway, that's... I think we're going to do one more drawing stream. Probably next week, the 14th. And then we're just going to do gaming streams. So this week, our gaming stream for spooky games will be Monos the Hands of Fate. Yes, they made Monos the Hands of Fate a video game. It is a platformer like Mega Man. We're going to play that. Maybe a little of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, because I got them as a 2-pack. And then after that, I think we'll do... On the 16th, it will be Pumpkin Panic, which is like the farming sim, get off the island before you get cursed. I don't know. I don't know anything about it other than my sister recommended it for me. And then... After that, I gotta figure out what's happening. And then the 30th... If everything goes right, Spirit Camera. I'm gonna try and do Spirit Camera. I have a capture card for a 3DS. We're gonna try it. No guarantees, though. I have no guarantees. But we're gonna try. So. That's that. Wow, that took like 2 hours to go from like barely a sketch. I love it. I might buff out some of the shadows just to make it a little bit more dramatic, but so far I kind of like that. So yeah, I'll see you guys Thursday, and that will be Monos the Hands of Fate and maybe Rocky Horror Picture Show, but mostly Monos the Hands of Fate. It should work. So there's that. Yeah, maybe Spirit Camera. Well, it'll be the only Fatal Frame that we haven't played yet. Other than Deep Crimson Butterfly, because I don't have a British Wii. You know. Anyway, you guys have a good weekend. Or you guys have a good week. I'll see you Thursday, 5:30. Little Monos, the Hands of Fate. Okay. Night.